Hello, beautiful Pisces souls, and welcome to your October 2025 tarot forecast. Um, I've come to the conclusion that I will probably never know what the date is ever again after doing this video series because I'm pretty sure it started in October 2024. So this might be where I stop right now, but there's another part of me that just wants to push forward and do November and December and then jump into Aquarius. I think I might do that. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I really was only supposed to do one natal chart video. Like that was serious, but it's like how can you have a favorite Pisces and just do one? Like that was so difficult. Like why did I even do that to myself? I should have just done some like random Virgo. Anyway, I should like honestly I was being called to do Beyonce. It was like do Beyonce's natal chart, and I was like, I don't like her. Everybody likes her. I don't like her. I was also like she scares me. But anyway, this is not about Beyonce. This is not about natal chart readings. This is about what energies that Pisces can expect to be dealing with in the month of October in the year of 2025. Also, the month of October is ruled by the sign of Libra, mostly predominantly ruled by the sign of Libra. So this is a really good time of the year to attract, well, I'm seeing here in the cards, vindication, but also relationships. I always say that this is the month where you can expect your manifestations to come into fruition. So it's like, if back in August, you're like, I really want to meet somebody and, no luck in August and September, you'll probably see inklings or hints or clues or breadcrumbs to this person being attracted to you in October. And then also I know this isn't a Capricorn or Cancer video, but in some places in the world, October is where it starts to become cold, like fall season. So I remember when I was younger, like when I was in high school and stuff, we would always refer to it as like cuffing season, meaning that it would be a time in which people are ready to get into relationships because it's so cold and they want to cuddle. And then in my last reading for September, I was seeing like the Justice card. So it's like, you could be talking to a police officer, you could be dating a police officer, they might put you in some fuzzy handcuffs, you never know. Okay. I don't know, like sometimes I get like extra sensory, clairvoyance. I don't know what you'd call it when it's a smell, but like clair smell um things. And I just smell that Loom deodorant, like how it has that kind of like interesting, kind of like earthy smell to it. I just kind of like had a whiff of that. I'm not wearing any of that, so I don't know where that smell would be coming from, but maybe I do have some in my suitcase though. I don't know. Anyway, the Six of Wands reverse. You're walking away from feeling like a loser, or someone might be calling you a loser, or you might be calling other people a loser. Um, so as this is like a full circle of doing a full year of these videos for Pisces, I've been analyzing myself and just trying to like work everything out, like not getting slapdash with my little intro and outro music. Um, and like my accent and like how I sound and like not peeking over the microphone because early on I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this like ASMR voice and I'm gonna make sure that none of my videos peak, and if they do, I will lower the audio or whatever. But I hate talking like that, and so I don't know. We might see a resurgence of that. I don't know, but I hate talking like that, and it might be easier to listen to because I know my voice is very shrill and it peaks. I can see it on the screen as I'm talking. But there's like two people that under my analysis of like when I'm listening back to my videos, like what do I sound like? And it sort of sounds like Donald Trump to me. And then in other points, there's like this like French Canadian YouTuber guy who talks about like I don't think anything in particular, but I really feel like I sound like both of them sort of mixed together. Not on purpose. It's just what's going on. And I guess if I do seem any, if there's things about me that seem like Trumpish or Trump-esque, it's because I'm a socially identifying Gemini. So when we're in the spiritual realm, I'm like, I'm a Pisces. And then when we're amongst like, muggles and idiots, I'm like, I'm pretty and I'm a Gemini. Don't talk to me. I'm too Gemini for you to talk to me. Um, but then I know like air signs, because I also have like a lot of Aquarius in my chart. Like air signs, I guess, do tend to be like attractive. I don't know, like I think earth signs look very like you want to make more of them. Pisces, I think, or like water signs are I think a little bit more ethereal. Like I don't know if you would actually want to get married to a unicorn or a mermaid or some type of like mythical creature. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Air signs I think just tend to be like very handsome, like a very handsome or handsome girl, very handsome woman, like very like straight chiseled jaws and like glowing colored eyes. And even if their eyes are brown, like they catch in the sunlight and they are dazzling. Especially with Libras. Libras do tend to have like green or hazel colored eyes, and I'm seeing in your first house the Five of Swords reversed. So I don't know. Maybe someone was going around saying that you were like a cheater, or that you were a Libra, that you were lying about your dad, where your dad lives, where your dad's side of the family comes from. And you're being vindicated. So I don't know. It's like you telling somebody that you're black, and they're like, "No, you're not," and you're like, "This is my dad. My dad is black, or white, or Chinese, or um, was a ping pong champion." So like you're like, "My dad was a ping pong champion," and they're like, "No, he wasn't." And then it's like, "Here's the trophy, sweet." So that type of energy going on, and so your biggest priority at this time of October 2025 is the Six of Cups reverse. And this has been coming up, and maybe just because it's a Pisces video, immutable signs do tend to be very childish or childlike. Uh, it's like maybe like give up too much. You're too focused on nostalgia. So, you might be like, I'm starting a sneaker brand and I only want it to operate in ways that sneaker brands used to operate in like 2006 or 2004. And that would be really awesome, but it isn't 2004. It isn't 2006 anymore. Nobody, to my knowledge, I know I'm not, we're not sitting around watching VH1 I Love the 80s all day anymore. We're not constantly in this influx of nostalgia. And I even remember like there was this joke in Family Guy, and they were like, to watch Family Guy, you have to both have been born in the 80s and be a child of the new millennium. And I think that's actually there's a lot of people that are like that because of that VH1 series I Love the 80s. And in all of my previous readings, all of the natal chart readings have all been about Flavor Flav. So maybe there's some like super celebrity from 2004 or 2006 that you will really want to work with, and it's like your biggest priority. I don't really know a lot of Taurus celebrities, um, or even Cancer for that matter. I mean, like 50 Cent, Elon Musk. I don't really be knowing people's signs. I don't really know celebrities' signs, but I usually know all my friends and people like that. Like those people from the third grade, if I met them, if I saw them, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're a Sagittarius. I remember." Um, so your biggest priority is like getting over nostalgia, being vindicated from the truth, what you sound like, what you're speaking into existence, your environment, your immediate future. I'm seeing the four of cups reversed. So perhaps it was with this video, perhaps it is with another video or some other form of intuitive downloads that you're receiving from something or somewhere that you have been ignoring, and hopefully you're no longer ignoring. This is a very interesting reading, especially for Pisces, because I'm seeing like the first three cards. We have the Five of Swords, Six of Cups reversed, Four of Cups reversed, and Two of Cups reversed. So there is like this really big breakup that's happening. And I was talking about, this, I guess, involving a Cancer, like two Cancers maybe. And I don't know, I don't see anything that talks about Beyonce, but I know that I mentioned her at the beginning of this reading. So it's some like big celebrity couple. And I remember back in 2021 or 2022, I was doing a reading for this woman, and I was like, oh, something like really shocking and scary is going to happen. Like, um, because my spirit guides were saying like, oh, the queen is going to die, and I was like, oh, who? Like Beyonce? Like, don't like her, but when someone says queen, the first, I mean, especially like African American queen, American queen. Who's the queen of America? I would say like probably Beyonce and Jay Z. Maybe the Kardashians. I don't know. I don't really care for them too much, and I don't think they're like really known for being in a relationship or in a couple or like part of a famous couple. It could be Donald Trump and Melania Trump. Who else do we care about? You know what I mean? There isn't like a Brad and Jennifer, or was it Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston? Maybe I'm the one that only knows celebrities from 2006, but there's none of that going on. So it's like you might be trying to be a Benifer, all these things like you're trying to sell shoes or food or get your business going further, and you just keep marketing toward like going to the mall, trying to get your shoes into Foot Locker, and nobody really goes to Foot Locker anymore. Like you'd be more successful with your own independent website. I don't really see that in this reading, but that's just how I feel about the current market. So yeah, so there's this huge breakup. You've been ignoring a lot of signs, and this could be your own relationship if you're a couple. And that's I don't see the tower here, but I'm just going to talk about all the cards that I don't see. But these cards that I do see remind me of these other cards. So it's not the tower, like it's not like you walking in on someone and they're cheating and they jumped out the window. It's more so like you see them like hugging each other like as they're walking away or something like that, and it's uh you know it's something like they're like hugging some gay person or something, or some scantily clad woman that like it's like very obvious that they were like having sex or something. And I see that your biggest obstacle in October 2025 is abandonment issues or the Page of Wands reverse. So it's like someone who was abandoned, and they seem like a Leo because they're in your fifth house, but they could obviously be a Sagittarius or Aries. And they are your obstacle. I tend to see, especially when there's a court card in this position, that this is like a sexy detour or like a sexy distraction. So it's like somebody that you're attracted to that isn't very good for you. Um, but it also could just be, like I said, detour or distraction. And doesn't have to be sexy at all. It could be a very unsexy detour and distraction. Uh, and I see that, so whatever advice is being offered to your career, your work, school, um, your day job, whatever it is the Justice card reversed, which is this affirmation that life is fair. So, if you have a manager or employer who's like flirting with you, um, people trying to bully you out of your job, all you simply like just leave, like withdraw. I mean, I guess like ask for assistance when needed, but just like withdraw. And it sort of reminds me of this message that I was receiving, where this woman, she felt very disconnected and unloved by her family because every time she would go around them, they'd be like, "Oh, you have to leave your husband. You have to leave your husband. He drinks too much. You have to leave your husband." But they would never offer her like shelter, childcare, a sandwich, or like a place to stay or anything. They would just kind of criticize his drinking. Um, so that just kind of came to my mind, and I do see the Temperance card reversed in the seventh house, where we're talking about sobriety. So you might have a job, and you might show up really drunk to your job, and you get fired. But maybe that's what you needed to push you into the right direction towards sobriety. So it's something like that. It's something like somebody taking away what you felt like was the most important thing in your life to you, only to realize that it was actually holding you back. And I see that what you want is the Eight of Swords reverse. So you want to be let go of all these like curses and spells that you put on yourself through self-deprecating humor. And like your self-esteem, your sense of self-worth, the temperature, honestly, could stop you from achieving a lot of your goals, and going after the things that you want. Like, you might have money in your pocket. You might be able-bodied, but it's so cold outside that you stay inside and you're like starving. So it's like just go out there, get the food, or order something and stop being a victim. And I see that when it comes to like education, so Libra, um, I see like a Libra or Aquarius, um, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini being very helpful to you either traveling or paying for higher education in college. Um, Perhaps some way to get out of student loans or student debt. And this they're like arguing for your future. So I saw this, I want to say in like the past three readings with the Knight of Swords reversed. And I want to say in whichever, maybe the prior October reading, it was like the Knight of Swords upright, which was saying that this is somebody who looks to the past with anger or is looking back with anger. And maybe this now you're like looking forward with anger. You're like, I'm gonna take on all of my competitors. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking them on with anger. And your career, there might be people that you've worked with in the past that you want to come back and to have a resurgence with. You might have had like a very lofty or luxurious or very promising career, but like I said, with the Justice card reverse, it's like life is fair. So whatever direction you've been spun in now, you're a lot better off than where you were. It's almost like you're working for this company and they're paying you very well, but they weren't. They're heading towards a point where they weren't going to be able to afford payroll. So it's better that they fired you because of your unintelligible accent than the honest truth that they couldn't afford you. And don't go back to these Capricorns or these ogres or demons that were trying to sabotage you anyway. And then I think it's like it would be such an eye. It's like is going to be like such an eye-opening moment when more Capricorns get into astrology and they see like who they really are and like who represents them. And so your vibration is the Three of Pentacles reverse, meaning like you're like, I don't work well with others. And hey, that just might be a truth or a fact about yourself because you may really like other people. But I think in one of the other readings, I was saying like because of your privilege, because of the sound of your voice, because of your cadence, it's also like the things that bring you shock and awe. You know, you might have somebody and like a coworker or something, and they meet Dave Chappelle, and they're literally like pissing their pants, like a complete puddle and mess over. They're just simply seeing them, and you might be like, oh hey, that's cool, but like you might have more confidence or like not really care. Whether you're seeing a celebrity, spilling hot water on your hand, experiencing pain, experiencing breakups. Because you could literally be like, oh, I was dating this guy. He said he didn't like my face, and I said I didn't like his waist. So now we're broken up. And then somebody who has a really hard time getting over breakups because of whatever things are going on in their self-esteem or with their body. They're like, damn, like this person just like chews people up and spits them out and doesn't care. Or cares in their own way, whatever. Just people like your grass always looks greener to other people, especially with Pisces. Like your steak always looks juicier. Your candy always looks sweeter when it could be dry, bitter, and horrible. But that's not how people see it. And even people like you could be sitting there eating a well done steak, and people are like, how dare he have the confidence to even order that? Because secretly it's what I want. Because I hate medium rare steak. I hate the sight of blood. But I don't want people to think that I'm a plebeian. you know? Uh, yeah, secretly, I guess like in October, Pisces is up to some like extreme foolishness, like some clownery, like maybe like trying to hurt somebody or on some get back, uncovering deceptions and lies. And then I see the Three of Cups reverse. So it's like Pisces is on a solo mission to maybe like get a dog or to like get a dog back. It really feels like Legally Blonde when she's like I'm taking the dog, dumbass. You know what I mean? So it's the fool reverse. Like, I'm taking the dog, dumbass. I don't know. And maybe as a Pisces, maybe you have a dog and Aquarius wants it, or an Aquarius wants to give you their dog. Um, I'm like trying to search in my brain, like, what Aquarius do I know that has a dog that would want to give it to me? Let's be friends. If you're an Aquarius and you have a dog and you want to give it to me, I would love that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, liking, sharing, and subscribing, and sharing this video with your favorite Pisces friend. I hope to see you in my next video. If you would like your own tarot forecast, you can book one on my website. And it pretty much follows this format. You can do a call, a video, call, video. I offer FaceTime, like Zoom, Google Meet. You can pay for everything on my website. But also you can pay with like Venmo and Cash App and all those types of things. But I have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Chime. So you can do all that. And I'm thankful and grateful and appreciative of you listening to my spiel about my business and also watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.